What if I told you that the shoes you trust most, your everyday favorites, might be quietly putting you at risk for a fall? It's true. As we get older, the wrong kind of footwear can mean the difference between steady steps and a dangerous misstep. And most people don't even realize it until it's too late. In this video, we're going to look at 8 common types of shoes that actually increase your fall risk. I'll also share what you should wear instead, based on personal stories, real-life experience, and what I've learned the hard way. Because falls aren't just accidents, they're wake-up calls. Let's prevent the next one together. Dangerous shoes number 1, backless slippers and flip-flops. Did you know that the shoes you wear around your own house, the ones you slip on without thinking, might be the very thing that causes your next fall? It sounds dramatic, I know. But let me tell you a story. A few years ago, I was walking from the kitchen to the living room with a cup of tea in my hand. I had on my favorite pair of backless slippers, soft, worn-in, and familiar. They were easy to slide on and off, and I wore them every day. But that day, my heel slipped halfway off the sole as I stepped over the threshold between the 2 rooms. My balance shifted, the edge of the rug curled up just enough, and before I knew it, I was on the floor. The teacup shattered, my wrist hit the hardwood, and in a moment my sense of safety in my own home was gone. Thankfully, I didn't break anything, but the fall shook me up. And the worst part? I knew it could have been avoided. That's when I started digging into the connection between shoes and falls in older adults. What I found surprised me. The number 1 culprit behind preventable in-home falls, backless slippers and flip-flops. They may seem harmless, comfortable even, but they are some of the most dangerous shoes for older adults to wear. Why? Because they don't hold your foot in place. There's no heel support, nothing to keep the shoe from slipping off when you move a little too fast or step a little off balance. And the older we get, the less room we have for that kind of error. Our muscles aren't as quick to respond. Our reflexes slow down. So when your heel starts to slip, your body might not recover in time to stop the fall. That's the split second when accidents happen. I always thought I was steady. I walked every day, stretched in the morning, even did a bit of tai-chi. But all it took was one step in the wrong kind of slipper to put me on the ground. Backless footwear might be convenient, but it comes at a cost, especially after 60. I know a woman from my community center who fractured her hip just stepping outside to grab the paper. She was wearing flip-flops. No grip, no heel, no stability. One slip on a damp patio tile and she was down. Months of rehab, pain, fear of falling again, all from a pair of shoes. And yet most stores still market these styles as casual comfort. For older adults, comfort must come with safety. After my fall, I threw those slippers away. Replaced them with a pair that has a firm sole, a closed heel, and a slip-resistant grip. They're not fancy, but I haven't slipped since. And every time I put them on, I feel stable, grounded. And that's what we need more of as we age. Not more softness, more support. Now I know some of you may be thinking, but I've worn my slippers for years without an issue. And I hear you, I thought the same. But here's the thing about aging, our margin for error gets smaller. What didn't cause a problem at 55 might become a real risk at 70. If this is making you think about your own slippers or the shoes you wear around the house, I want you to take a good look at them. Are they secure? Do they hug your heel? Do they grip the floor when you walk? If not, it might be time for a change. And if this kind of honest, lived advice resonates with you, I'd really appreciate it if you liked this video and subscribed to Glowing Age. We're here to keep each other informed and empowered, not just to survive aging, but to move through it with clarity and confidence. You don't need to give up comfort, you just need to give it structure. There are so many good options now. Slippers made specifically for older adults, with memory foam insoles, non-slip soles, and most importantly, a back that keeps your foot in place. They don't cost a fortune, and they're worth every penny. Because when you fall, it's not just about the bruise, it's about your independence, your confidence, your peace of mind. So please check your slippers, check your flip-flops. If you can bend them in half if they slide off your heel, or if they're worn thin at the sole, it's time to let them go. You deserve better. You deserve safe, steady steps. That small choice might be the very thing that keeps you on your feet tomorrow. And trust me, I'd rather be called cautious than be called from the emergency room. Let's take care of ourselves. It starts from the ground up. Dangerous shoes number 2, worn-out sneakers. You know that old pair of sneakers you've had for years, the ones that feel like they've molded perfectly to your feet. I had a pair like that, trusty old walking shoes. They'd been with me through long walks in the park, quiet mornings on the trail, even the occasional trip to the grocery store. I loved how easy they were. No breaking in, no discomfort. Just slip them on and go. But one day I took a closer look. The soles were smooth as glass, the tread worn down until you could barely see it. The heel cushion flattened. The inside sagged like an old couch cushion, and that's when it hit me. These shoes were no longer helping me. They were putting me at risk. Worn-out sneakers are one of the most common and most overlooked dangers for older adults. They start out as supportive, stable shoes, but with time and use they lose their structure. Their grip fades, their soles compress, and you don't even notice it happening because your feet adapt. Until one day you slip on a curb or twist an ankle on a crack in the sidewalk and realize those comfortable shoes have become a hazard. I remember a neighbor of mine, George, lovely man, always out walking his dog. One morning he caught his foot on an uneven patch of pavement and went down hard, broke his wrist. When he told me what happened, I asked what shoes he was wearing. He pulled them out of his closet, old sneakers flared out at the sides, the sole practically peeling away. He said, "They're broken in." I said, "They're broken, all right." And here's the tricky part, those shoes felt fine. But they were no longer doing the job. Our shoes should do three things: support, stabilize, and absorb shock. When sneakers get too old, they stop doing all three. And that's when your risk of falling spikes. Especially after 60, we can't afford to leave that to chance. Even if you walk every day, even if you feel steady, your body is relying on what's underneath it. And if your shoes are giving out, your feet and the rest of you can't do their job right. Here's what I do now and what I recommend to every friend I have. Take a look at your sneakers. Turn them over. Are the treads still visible? Run your hand along the inside. Is the cushioning still there or has it flattened out? Are the soles cracking or worn unevenly? If you press the back heel, does it hold firm or fold like cardboard? If any of those signs are there, it's time to replace them. You don't need fancy athletic shoes. You don't need to spend a fortune. But you do need shoes with solid arch support, a non-slip grippy sole, a cushioned midsole, a snug but not tight fit, especially around the heel. Many stores now have shoes designed specifically for seniors. They're lightweight, supportive, and built for stability, and they don't look orthopedic either, just clean, comfortable, and safe. After George's fall, I took him to a shoe store with proper fitting. He walked out with a pair of new walking shoes. Within a week, he said he felt more stable than he had in months. And if you're watching this and realizing your favorite old sneakers might be on their last leg, don't feel bad. We all get attached. But just like a car needs new tires, your body needs good footing. That little upgrade could save you weeks of pain and years of confidence. If this kind of practical, real-life advice is helpful, I'd be grateful if you liked this video and subscribe to Glowing Age. We're building a place where aging smarter is the goal, not just getting by, but staying upright and thriving. So go ahead. Pull those sneakers out of the closet. Give them an honest look. Because the truth is, no matter how good a shoe used to be, if it's worn out, it's worn out. And your body deserves better. You deserve to keep walking with strength, safety, and peace of mind. That starts from the ground up. With the right pair of shoes. Dangerous shoes number 3, high heels or narrow dress shoes. High heels, narrow dress shoes, pointy toes, they may look elegant. They may have once been your go-to for special occasions. But let me tell you something. After 60, these stylish favorites can quickly turn into dangerous traps. I still remember the last time I wore a pair of narrow dress shoes to a family wedding. I thought I'd be fine. Just for a few hours, I told myself. They still fit, technically, but not in the way they used to. By the end of the night, my feet were aching, my back felt tight, and I'd nearly stumbled 3 separate times. That's when I knew. It wasn't worth it. The older we get, the less room we have for instability. And the truth is, high heels and narrow shoes create instability by design. Let's break it down. High heels, even the modest ones, shift your body weight forward. That puts pressure on your knees, throws your spine out of alignment, and makes your balance more fragile. One wrong step, one slight misjudgment, and your ankle could roll or your foot could catch. It's not just about discomfort, it's a real fall risk. Now, narrow shoes with pointy toes come with their own problems. They squeeze your feet, restrict your toes, and create pressure points. That might have been tolerable in your 30s or 40s, but after 60, that pressure can lead to blisters, bunions, corns, or worse, nerve issues like numbness or tingling in the feet. When your feet are in pain, your gait changes. You walk differently, you compensate, and that's when accidents happen. I had a friend, Linda, who always dressed impeccably. Sharp jackets, matching accessories, heels for every occasion. But one night at a dinner party, she lost her balance coming down a few steps. Her heel caught, her ankle twisted, and down she went. Broken ankle, surgery, months of rehab. All for the sake of looking put together. She now says, "I'd rather be safe than stylish." But the good news is you can be both. If you still want that polished, elegant look, go for a low block heel, something under an inch. And make sure it has a wider base. The chunkier the heel, the more surface area for balance. Better yet, explore dress shoes with a flat, slip-resistant sole and supportive insole. There are beautiful options now, designed for mature feet with roomy toe boxes and cushioned arches. You can look refined and feel steady. Style isn't about suffering, not anymore. We've earned the right to be both graceful and grounded. If you have a closet full of shoes that look lovely but feel awful, try this. Slip them on and walk across a hard floor. If you feel wobbly, if your toes are scrunched, or if you dread walking more than a few steps, it's time to retire them. Let them go with gratitude for the years they served you. But don't let them take your stability down with them. And if this story resonates with you, if you've ever felt torn between looking good and feeling safe, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to Glowing Age. We're here to remind you that confidence isn't about your heels. It's about your foundation. These days, when I step out in a pair of well-fitted, stylish flats or a supportive dress shoe, I walk with more ease. I know I won't wobble. I know I won't wince. And that confidence shows more than any heel height ever could, because nothing looks better on us, at any age, than feeling steady and secure. And that, my friend, starts with the shoes you choose. Dangerous shoes number 4, smooth-soled leather shoes. You know the kind of shoes I'm talking about, the old leather loafers or dress shoes with those smooth, shiny soles. They slide across the floor like they were built for a dance competition. Problem is, we're not dancing, we're trying to stay on our feet. I had a pair of leather-soled shoes I used to wear to Sunday service. They looked great, polished up nicely, felt classy. But I remember one particular morning when it had rained the night before. The church lobby floors were tile. I stepped through the door, took one stride, and nearly did the splits. Thankfully, I caught myself, but it scared me. That shoe had no grip. No traction, just slick leather against a slick surface. And that's a combination that spells disaster, especially as we get older. Smooth-soled leather shoes are a hidden hazard. They may look dressy, but they're a nightmare on certain surfaces, especially tile, hardwood, or anything slightly wet. You don't even need to be rushing. Just one step with a little too much confidence and down you go. Falls aren't just about broken bones. They shake your confidence. They make you cautious, fearful. They change the way you move. And all because of a shoe that doesn't know how to grip the ground. So what's the solution? Start with the sole. Turn the shoe over. Is there any tread, any rubber, or is it just smooth leather from toe to heel? If the answer is smooth, then it's time to either retire that shoe or make a modification. These days, many dress shoes come with rubber soles or non-slip inserts. They give you the elegance of leather up top with the security of traction underneath. You can also go to a cobbler and have rubber soles added to your existing leather shoes. It's a simple fix that could prevent a major accident. Another trick? Stick-on sole grips. They cost a few dollars and peel right onto the bottom of your shoes. Not as good as a full sole replacement, but better than sliding across your kitchen floor like a hockey puck. And if you absolutely love a pair of shoes with leather soles, consider when and where you wear them. Are you walking on tile? Wood? Stepping outdoors where it could be slick? Those are moments to reconsider. Style is great, but stability is better. And you don't have to choose one over the other. After I nearly slipped that morning, I stopped wearing those old shoes altogether. Found a pair that looked just as good but had a proper sole. No one noticed the difference, but I sure felt it. There's a peace of mind that comes from knowing your shoes are working with you, not against you. And if you're finding these stories and tips useful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Glowing Age. We're building something real here, one safe step at a time. So go check the bottoms of your favorite dress shoes. If they shine like glass, it's time for an upgrade. Because every step we take now, it needs to be one we can trust. Dangerous shoes number 5. House shoes without proper arch support. Let's talk about those cozy house shoes, the ones you slip into every morning without a second thought. Soft, worn in, maybe even fuzzy around the edges. I had a pair just like that. They were my daily companions, first thing in the morning, late at night, padding around the kitchen, folding laundry. They felt like comfort, like home, but one day I realized something. After walking in them for just a few minutes, my feet would start to ache. My knees felt tired. My balance didn't feel quite right. I looked at the soles, flat as a pancake. The inner cushion was gone, the arch support non-existent. They were more like floppy socks with rubber on the bottom than real footwear. And that's the truth most of us don't want to admit. Most house shoes provide zero real support. They're built for softness, not for structure. They don't support your arches. They don't stabilize your heel. And over time, that kind of daily use adds up. Especially after 60, when every step you take affects your knees, hips, back, and most importantly, your balance. Wearing house shoes without proper support can flatten your foot posture. That changes the way your weight distributes when you walk. It leads to foot fatigue. It strains your ankles, and it can throw off your entire alignment. Which means one thing, you're more likely to stumble, trip, or simply feel wobbly. I'll never forget a friend of mine, Carla. She had a nasty fall in her kitchen just feet from her coffee maker. Slipped in her old house shoes that had no grip and no structure. She didn't break anything, but the bruises and fear stuck around for weeks. She thought she was just clumsy. But when we looked at her slippers, the soles were worn so thin you could fold them like a taco. We found her a pair of orthopedic house shoes, closed heel, arch support, non-slip grip. Within days, she said she felt stronger just walking around the house. And that's the thing, this isn't about wearing sneakers to bed. It's about realizing that your home is still full of fall risks. Tile, stairs, rugs, even pets underfoot. Your house shoes need to be as supportive as the ones you wear outside. Here's what to look for: a firm, slip-resistant sole, good arch and heel support, a secure fit, not floppy or loose, preferably enclosed, or at least with a heel cup. Many great options now exist just for this purpose. House shoes that are soft and supportive. No need to compromise. And if you've been wearing the same pair for the last 10 years, it's time for an upgrade. Your body has changed. So should your shoes. If you're finding this type of advice helpful and you want to keep your independence and confidence, please like this video and subscribe to Glowing Age. We're here to make sure you feel safe and strong at every step. Sometimes the riskiest shoes are the ones closest to us, the ones we trust without question. But trust needs to be earned. So go ahead. Take a fresh look at your favorite pair of house shoes. Press the sole, check the inside. Ask yourself, are these really helping me stand tall, or are they quietly dragging me down? It's never too late to make a better choice, even at home. Especially at home. Dangerous shoes number 6. Sandals without heel straps. Now let's talk about a shoe that might seem harmless, maybe even stylish in warm weather, but it's one of the sneakiest culprits behind falls. Sandals without heel straps. You know the kind I mean. Those slip-on summer sandals that you slide into when it's hot outside. Maybe they have nice leather tops, maybe they even have a bit of cushioning. But when you look closer, there's nothing holding your foot in place at the back. That's where the problem starts. When you walk in sandals without a heel strap, your toes are forced to grip the shoe with every step to keep it from slipping off. That repetitive motion might seem small, but over time it creates foot fatigue. It also changes your gait. Instead of walking naturally, your muscles are constantly working to compensate, and not in a good way. I had a pair I wore to the garden every summer. They were easy to slide on and off, and I liked how they kept my feet cool. But one morning, as I stepped onto a patch of uneven ground, my foot slipped halfway out of the sandal. My knee jolted, and I had to grab the fence to keep from going down. It was a wake-up call. I didn't fall, but I could have. All because I was relying on a shoe that didn't hold me in. This is especially risky for older adults. Our reflexes slow down. Our foot strength may not be what it used to be. And when you combine loose sandals with things like uneven pavement, garden hoses, or even just the edge of a rug, it's a recipe for injury. Even walking around the house or patio in them can lead to a stumble if your foot shifts unexpectedly. So what's the alternative? Look for sandals with heel straps, even better if they're adjustable. They'll keep your foot secure from front to back. That simple feature makes a world of difference. Also, check that the sole is textured and non-slip. A little grip goes a long way, especially on slick floors or hot pavement. And one more thing, pay attention to the arch support. Many sandals are flat as a board. We need footwear that supports the natural shape of our feet, not just a piece of foam with a strap. There are so many great options now, brands that make supportive sandals just for older adults. They look good, they feel good, and they keep you steady. That's the kind of fashion I can get behind. If you've been wearing slip-on sandals for convenience, I understand. But don't trade safety for ease. 1 second of slipping can undo months of mobility. And I don't say that to scare you, I say it to empower you. You deserve to enjoy the fresh air, the sunshine, the garden, the grandkids, without the shadow of a fall hanging over every step. If this advice is giving you practical things to think about, please like this video and subscribe to Glowing Age. We're here to walk with confidence, not caution, and the right shoes make that possible. So the next time the sun comes out and you reach for your summer sandals, take a moment, look at the back, feel the sole, ask yourself, will these shoes stay with me when I move, Or are they waiting to trip me up? Let's stay on our feet. Let's stay in the garden, at the barbecue, on the path. And let's do it in shoes that walk with us, not away from us. Dangerous shoes number 7. Shoes with thick or heavy soles. Some shoes feel solid, sturdy, even safe, until you realize they're so thick and heavy they're actually slowing you down. I'm talking about those chunky orthopedic shoes or overly built walking shoes with thick soles. At first glance, they seem like a good idea. More sole must mean more cushioning, right? More support. That's what I thought, too. Years ago, I bought a pair of shoes with what I called tank soles. Thick rubber, high platform. I figured they'd absorb shock, protect my feet, and give me stability. But from the very first walk, something felt off. I couldn't feel the ground. My steps felt disconnected. Slow. I had to lift my feet higher just to move, and worst of all, I tripped twice in 1 week. The reason? Those heavy soles weren't helping me. They were getting in the way. See, as we age, our bodies rely more and more on feedback from the ground. Our muscles, our nerves, even our brain uses the sensation of our feet touching the floor to adjust balance and prevent falls. But when your soles are too thick or too stiff, you lose that connection. You can't feel what's under you. It's like trying to walk with 2 pillows strapped to your feet. Plus, heavy shoes require more effort to lift and swing your legs. That added weight throws off your gait. It makes you more likely to catch a toe on a rug, a curb, or a crack in the sidewalk. I've talked to so many people who bought heavy orthopedic-style shoes thinking they'd be the safest option, only to find they made walking harder, not easier. One man I knew, Walter, bought a pair of thick-soled walking shoes on his doctor's suggestion. Big and bulky. At first, he felt secure, but within a month, he noticed he was tiring out faster. He wasn't lifting his feet as well. He stumbled over a speed bump at the grocery store parking lot. He switched to a lightweight pair with flexible soles and proper arch support. He told me it was like taking off ankle weights. So if you've got a pair of shoes with an extra thick sole, take a minute to test them. Are they hard to bend at the ball of the foot? Do you feel like you're stomping instead of walking? Do your legs feel more tired after wearing them? If so, it might be time to lighten your load. Look for shoes that are lightweight and easy to lift, flexible in the sole but not flimsy, supportive at the arch and heel, designed with low-profile, non-slip treads. Many walking shoes now offer just the right balance, light but supportive, cushioned but responsive, and they make walking feel natural again. If this kind of insight helps you make better choices for your health and safety, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Glowing Age. We're all about finding what works for the body you have today, not what worked 20 years ago. Your shoes shouldn't feel like a burden. They should move with you, not make you work harder just to take a step. So check those soles. If they look like bricks, feel like blocks, or make you hesitate with every step, it's time to trade up. Your feet will thank you, and so will your balance. Dangerous shoes number 8. Slip-on shoes that don't fit securely. Slip-on shoes are everywhere. Easy to wear, no bending, no fuss. For many of us, they're the most convenient option we've got, especially if it's hard to reach down and tie laces. I'll admit I wore them for years. Loafers, clogs, even old slip-on sneakers. At first, it felt like freedom. No need to sit down or wrestle with stiff laces. Just step in and go. But over time, I noticed something. The more I wore them, the more often I'd catch my toe on the edge of a step, or feel the heel slip halfway out while walking on a slope. And every time that happened, I'd get that jolt. That sudden panic where your heart jumps and you realize how close you were to a fall. That's the danger of slip-on shoes that don't fit securely. They're convenient, yes, but if they don't hold your foot snugly, they're a fall waiting to happen. When your heel slips out even just a little, your balance shifts. You compensate, your stride shortens, and your body starts bracing itself instead of walking naturally. For older adults, especially those with balance issues, arthritis, or reduced flexibility, that shift in movement increases fall risk significantly. I once knew a gentleman who wore the same pair of slip-on shoes every day to the senior center. He liked them because he didn't have to bend over. But one day, as he stepped off the shuttle bus, his foot came halfway out of the shoe. He tripped, fell forward, and cracked his elbow. When we checked the shoes, the opening was stretched out. The heel offered no hold. They were more like slippers than shoes. It's a common problem. The elastic gives out. The material loosens over time, and what once fit snugly now flops with every step. The good news? There are better options now. Instead of loose slip-ons, look for shoes with adjustable Velcro closures, elastic laces that stretch but keep tension, a firm heel counter that hugs the back of the foot, a low profile that keeps your foot securely in place. These options still offer the ease of a slip-on, but with the fit and support of a proper walking shoe. One brand I tried even had a zipper on the side, so you could get in and out easily but still enjoy the snug fit of laces across the top. Brilliant design, and don't be afraid to try on multiple sizes. A good fit isn't about fashion, it's about function. Your shoe should move with your foot, not slide around it. If your current pair flaps at the heel or feels loose around the sides, it's time for a change. Shoes that don't hold you won't protect you, it's that simple. So take 5 minutes today to check the fit. Walk around your house, pay attention. Do they stay in place? Do you feel secure? If not, it's time to retire them. Because you deserve shoes that support your steps, not ones that turn every doorway or sidewalk into a risk. Let's walk with confidence, one wise decision at a time. So there you have it, 8 shoes that may look harmless, even familiar, but can quietly increase your risk of falling. And when it comes to aging with strength and confidence, every step matters. If this video helped you rethink the way you choose your shoes, please like it and subscribe to Glowing Age. We're here to share real stories and simple choices that help us stay safe, independent, and on our feet. Tell me in the comments which shoe surprised you the most. Have you already made the switch to safer footwear, or is there a pair you're ready to retire after watching this? Remember, you don't have to sacrifice comfort or style. You just need support. You deserve it. Take care and step wisely.